Okay, is that clear to you guys?
It is.
So one most important reminder, next week is our finals week. We will be focusing on review what we learned on this semester. Pretty much the class goes like you ask me questions, or I find some questions I think you might have. Okay, so that's the structure of classes next week. And I do receive an email from my course coordinator. She said that we may have the final exam before next weekend, sometime during next week. Just give you a warning that the final exam may come sometime next week, during next week, not just next weekend. Okay, so this is not controlled by me. I'm still checking my emails to see whether there's any update from my coordinator's opinion. She's the final arbitrator of everything. I'm just a kind of a low executive officer for what she recommends. Okay, any question before we? Yes.
Oh, is there going to be a review packet?
I think there will be, but I have not received any email from my coordinator yet. I'll write her an email today to ask her about this. Thank you for reminding me. Did I answer your question? Let me take a note.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody has had any question? Feel free to ask.
Is it going to be taken just like our other in-class exams?
I think so, but I have not seen the exam yet. So,
No, I mean, are we going to take it just like our other in-class exams?
yes. The way you take it is just like the other exams, but the structure of the exam,
Okay.
let me ask her. But I think they would be very, very similar.
Okay.
Thank you for asking. Anybody else has any question before we start? Okay, so let's turn to section 10.2. 10.2, polygrammetry. Switch to my document camera. Okay. Okay, so first, last class, we proved that this is a circle, okay? I know it has been almost 2 weeks since our last class, but this is a circle. And I will show you again why this is a circle during today's class. So the first part of today's class, we're learning why these are circles of different parameters, okay? I will show you why. Look at my note. So why is this a circle? Okay, this is just a review of what we learned last week, 2 weeks ago. Remember that how we convert from R to X and Y, from theta to X and Y. There is a relationship there, right? This is a relationship. Okay, does everybody see the relationship I read down? It is from the previous class. So why this is true, let me draw a graph to help you think about it. So imagine you have a theta, you have a point. So if you draw a vertical line from the point to the x-axis, this is r, this is your x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. So by the Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus y squared equal to r. That's why this is true. How about theta? Look at your theta here. Sine theta is y divided by r. Sine theta is y divided by r. Cosine theta is x divided by r. Cosine theta x divided by r. Okay? So just draw a circle in such a context. You will understand why the relationships are true. Okay, any question before we start? Okay, let's look at this. Why this is a circle? We know this. However, this does not fall into the category of any of it. However, we can do something, right? So what we can do to try to create a r squared? We can multiply both sides with r. If you multiply both sides with r, you get this. So on the left side, you figure out what is x squared, y squared already. How about the right side? What is sine theta times r? Sine theta times r. If you multiply, look at this equation. If you multiply r with both sides, this is sine theta times r equal to y. So this side is y. Okay? So we successfully convert r and theta into x and y. Then the leftover job is move everything to the one side. Move 8y to this side. Oh, mistake. This is not it. Add both sides with 16. Then you can complete the square. Y minus 8y plus 16 equal to 16. You can complete the square and get this. Look, what do you get? Complete a square. Square of y. This is what you get. Then we look at this formula again. This is a circle. Literally, this is a circle. Okay. What is the radius of it? The radius of is square root of 16. So which is 4. What is the center of it? If you rewrite this into this form, is x minus 0. 0 is the x coordinate of the center. Y minus 4. 4 is the y coordinate of the center. Okay, this is it. Anyone has any question?
Excuse me, Professor, would you be able to go back to where you got the 16?
So look on this side, under this equation, both sides has no numbers added to it, right? So we add 16 intentionally so that we can complete the square of y. Okay?
Okay, so if it was just any other number, just try to complete the square and then add it to both sides?
Yes, very good. You just
Okay,
trying to add a number on both sides to make sure it's a complete square. Okay?
okay, that makes more sense. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for asking. So anybody else has any question before we continue? Okay. So we just proved that this is a circle, and here A is a random number, okay? Here in the above case, A is 4. So this is 2 times 4 times sine theta. Let's prove it again to show why this is true for general, for any arbitrary A. We prove it by almost exactly the same process. We prove this by almost exactly the same process. Okay, so look at what you have here. R equal to 2A sine theta. You need to times both sides with R. So you have R squared equal to 2A R sine theta. Okay. And by the above relationship, this is just Y. So this is X squared plus Y squared is 2AY. Then what do? You add both sides with A squared. Add both sides with A squared. Oh, apologize. You should move everything to one side first. Then add both sides with A squared, just to create a square. Okay, you add both sides with A squared. So what do you have here? X squared plus Y minus A squared equal to A squared. Okay, just completed this square. So in other words, this is X minus 0 squared, Y minus A squared equal to A squared. So what is the center? Center is what is the radius? That's it. Anyone has any question? Sure. So we just proved that while this is a circle with radius A and center at this 0, A, we just showed why it is true. Okay. Anyone has any question? Okay. Yeah.
Professor, so the final equation where it's x minus 0 squared, so the 0 and then the A from the y minus A squared, those are the points for the center.
Yes. So
Okay,
look at I intentionally write a 0 so that you would know the x coordinate of the center is 0. Okay, I intentionally rewrite it.
Okay, and then the where it says equals A squared, A is the radius. Okay, just making
Very
sure.
good.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you can repeat the same process for each and every of the polar coordinates here. You get exactly the same answer using the same method. Okay, so you see the difference is that here you have cosine. So if you multiply with both sides with r, so what is r cosine theta? R cosine theta is x. Okay. So that's how you get some how you get an a on the x coordinate and minus a on the x coordinate instead of y coordinate. So here is the only difference. Besides that, everything is the same. Everything is the same. Okay. Okay, I write down this. That's why you get some numbers, a and minus a on the x coordinate. Just repeat the same process. Okay, any question before we continue? Well. The next page is pretty straightforward. Find the characteristics and then sketch. So we have 4 questions. We're not going to do every one of them. We're just going to do this and this because they have sine and cosine on it. Okay. And I will leave this and this for you to work during the classroom. So look at what you have here. If r is 2a sine theta, okay, r is 12 sine theta. If you want to convert this into 2a sine theta, what would you do? R is 2 times 6 sine theta, right? Okay, so then you can use the previous formula. A is 6. You can use this previous formula to rewrite every answer just as you wish. Okay, once you figure out A, and since this is theta, sine theta, we can just rewrite the answer. Let's read the answer. Radius A. So radius is 6. Center at 0, A, which is 0, 6. Okay? Radius radius is 6. Center 0, A, 0, 6. That's it. So then we can sketch. Center 0, 6 is here, and the radius 6. So this is 6. So you just draw a circle like this. This is a y coordinate. This is an x coordinate. Here is 0.
So Professor, if it was something, let's say if it was 13 sine of theta,
Yeah,
it would just turn to be like 6.5,
very good.
right?
Very good. Yes.
Okay.
Just rewrite everything into 2 times that number. Yeah, 2 times the number. Then this will be your A. Okay. Very good question. So look at this question. Again, we write everything into 2 times something. 2 times 7 over 2 cosine theta. Since this is So now A is 7 over 2, and this is cosine theta. Let's see what you get. 2A cosine theta, radius A, center at A, comma 0. So radius 7 over 2, center 0 over 2, comma 0. Okay. So 7 over 2 is here. We draw a circle. 0. 7 over 2 on the y coordinate. So this is the radius. That's it. You're done with this question. Okay, anyone has any question? Okay. If nobody has any question, let's say I give you 8 minutes to do both questions. Okay, so 4 minutes per question, 8 minutes to do each one of them. Okay, since we are approaching the end of the semester, so we have plenty of time. So that's why I give you more and more time to do your exercise. Then we come back together to discuss it. Okay, so start working on it. And Hello, guys. Have you guys finished the 2 questions?
I have. I'm not sure about anyone else, but I think it's pretty straightforward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Great. So let me just copy the answer. So in this case, A is 3, R is 2 times 3 cosine theta, which means the radius is 3. Center is 3, 0. In this case, A is what? -2. A is 4. R is -2 times 4 sine theta. So center is 0, -8. 0, -4. Radius is 4. Okay. So is that clear to you? I didn't draw the graph because I think draw the graph is kind of too easy.
Yep, exactly. It was good.
Okay. So if anybody has any question, feel free to stop me. Otherwise, I'm just continuing. This is part B of lecture of 10.2. So here we are trying to sketch. We're trying to sketch the graph for polar equations. So what are the polar equations? Polar equations, we have 2 pieces of information. First is radius. Second is angle. So basically you are finding a point or finding those points who satisfy the R requirement and theta requirement. Okay, finding little points. So let's look at here. What is the R? R is 2. What is theta? We didn't specify theta. What is theta? So all theta would work. For example, let me give you another example, more daily life example, why all theta would work. Okay, let me switch to my personal camera. Hello. So imagine I'm a manager of a restaurant. I'm trying to recruiting some good cooks for my restaurant. So I only put one requirement. I need a cook who have 3 years of experience. Okay? So if you have 3 years of experience as cooking, you can apply to this job, right? It does not matter whether you are male, female, does not matter, right? You can be a boy, you can be a girl, you can be a transgender, you can be any type of gender you want, or you can prefer not disclose your gender. Everything would work, okay? Because I didn't specify that. I didn't say that I need a man or I need a woman. I didn't say that, okay? So does your education matters? I said you need 3 years of cooking experience. Do you need a college degree to be a cook? No. Do you need a high school degree to be a cook? No. Do you need a PhD degree to be a cook? No. Any degree or without a degree would work. Just apply. I just need 3 years of experience. Okay. How about the immigration status? Do you need to be a citizen here to apply my job? No. Do you need to be a permanent resident to apply my job? No, don't care. Can a foreigner apply this job? Okay, no worry, just apply. I didn't say that I only limit my job to certain type of immigration status, right? So let's look at this case. Okay, this is what I said about cooking experience. I need 3 years of cooking experience. No matter what gender, what immigration status, what education you have, you all would work here, okay? So in other words, in this case, all other theta would work. All other points would work. So you find the radius is 2. Look at all the points here. All the points here have radius 2. I don't care about this angle. So all of them would work. That's it. All of them would work. How about theta? I specifically say theta equal to pi over 6. I didn't say what kind of R you want. So any R would work. Any R would work. So you need to find the theta. Theta is here. Notice that all the points on this angle share the same theta. All the points on this angle share the same theta. Okay? No matter what the radius is, they share the same theta. That's it. Okay. Does anyone has any question why they have such a form? Okay. So let's look at the third example. In this case, we didn't say what R you want. We didn't say what theta you want, but we want a combination of R and theta which would make this work. So this looks fancy right now, but remember what we learned in the previous section. What is R cosine theta? Look at here. R cosine theta is x. So what is R cosine theta? R cosine theta is x. So what does that mean? If you write into the rectangular form is x equal to 2. What does that tell us? What is x equal to 2? Here is the x coordinate. So it means any point, irregardless of the y. Any point, regardless of their y values would work. Okay, any point regardless of their y values would work. So you just need to be x coordinate to be 2. So what do you have here? So you have 2 here. That's it. Just draw a vertical line. Every point on this vertical line is 2. Okay.
So does that mean it doesn't have a radius at all?
Yes.
Or is 2 the radius?
There's no radius at all. Let me type this.
Okay.
Make sure everybody hears this important message. Okay, no radius at all, just all the points satisfying the relationship. They are all fine, they're all fine. Okay, just as long as that satisfies this requirement. Anyone has any question before we continue? So what is r theta equal to 4? Again, let's turn to this. What do you have here? If you multiply both sides, r theta equal to y. R theta equal to y. So this is y equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So y coordinate 4 is here. All the points do not care about the x coordinates because we didn't say anything about the x coordinate. All the points who share the y coordinate as 4 would work. So it's just a horizontal line. Every point here would work. Anyone has any question? Okay. Let's turn to the next page. Okay. So do you guys remember what this graph is? This is a circle, right? We should here this is a circle with radius a, center at a, comma negative a. So this is just a circle. R equal to 2. Center is 0, comma negative 2. Okay, so let's make a table of the values. When 0, theta is 0, so this whole thing is 0. When theta is pi over 6, sine pi over 6 is 1/2. Negative 4 times 1/2, negative 2. When theta is pi over 2, sine theta is 1, so this is negative 4. When theta is 5 pi over 6, what is sine 5 pi over 6? Sine pi over 6 is sine pi over 6, right? So you still have negative 2. What is sine pi? Sine pi give you 0. What is sine pi 7 pi over 6? You got negative 1/2. So you have positive 2. What is sine 3 pi over 2? You have negative 1, negative 4, negative 1. You have positive 4. What is sine 11 pi over 6? Sine 11 pi over 6, you have negative 1/2. So negative 4, negative 1/2, positive 1/2. What is sine 2 pi? Goes back to 0. Okay, so let's plot each point. So first, when theta is 0, which means on this side, the point is 0. You find the angle first, then find how long the radius is. Next, when the angle is pi over 6, radius is negative 2. Negative 2, which means on this side. Okay, negative 2, it means it's on this side. Third, when angle is negative 4, so it's on this side. Angle is here, but it's this r is negative. You are finding the point on the negative side, so give you here. Next, 5 pi over 6, which is this angle. And radius negative 2 is here. Next, when theta is pi, you go back to 0 again, it's still here. When theta is 7 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6 is here. Radius is 2, you're going back to this point again. When theta, oh, apologize. Theta is 7 pi over 6, going to this point, yeah, correct. When theta is 3 pi over 2, which is this angle, you get to this point again, just repeat itself. When theta is 11 pi over 6, you find on this angle, and get to this point again. When theta goes to 2 pi, which go back to itself, let's go back to it. So pretty much you only have 4 points found. Okay, but you know this is actually a circle, right? Okay, so although you just found 4 points, but you know this is a circle because from this algebraic relationship, we explained why this is a circle at the beginning of class. Okay, any question? Cool. Okay, so here we only have 3 pages left for today's class. Actually, you just have 2 pages, 2 questions. This question and this question. Okay. I don't think I'm going to talking all over it. Instead, I'm going to give you some hint. Look, you have a summary of those lines of equations here. Each of those equations have a name, have equation type, have a typical graph attached to it. So what you can do is looking at the table here to figure out which of these belongs to and which of these belongs to. Then fill in all the gaps. Okay, so look at this graph, figure out which this belongs to. I think I can give you like 10 minutes. Yeah, we have 20 minutes in today's class left. So 10 minutes to work on your own. Then we come back, talk for another 10 minutes. I think that's the way we finish today's class. Okay, 10 minutes to work on. Okay. So I need your help. I need somebody to tell me the answers. First, what is the name of the polygraph? Anybody can help me? Hello, guys. Are you still attending this class?
Yeah. What do you?
Yes. What is the name of the polygraph?
Is it rose with 3 petals?
Very good. How to write a 3? So funny. As a math teacher, I even don't know how to write a 3. Okay. Rose with 3 petals. So look at what do you have here. Is it funny? Rose with 3 petals, rose with 4 petals, rose with 2 petals called Nemeniscate. Nemeniscate. Why not call rose with 2 petals? Okay. So rose with 3 petals. And what should we do? We should figure out the graph, right? How do we figure out the graph? Okay, so here is a hint. Instead of writing r and theta, we'll use y and x. Try to figure out the relation between y and x. We draw this graph many times before, right? On the rectangular coordinates. So let's first draw it on the rectangular coordinates, then figure out what we have. So when x is pi, when x is 0, what is y? Y is 0. So when x is pi over 6, what is y? 2 times sine pi over 6, 2 times sine pi over 2, y is 2. So when x is pi over 3, what is y? 2 times sine pi. Sine pi is what? 0. So you got 0 again. When x is pi over 2, what is a y?
-4.
I think it's -2, right? 2 times -1 is -2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So when x is 7 pi over 6, what is the y? Sine 7 pi over 6. So sine 3, so it's 7 pi over 2. So only sine 7 pi over 2. 7 pi over 2 is 2 pi plus 3 pi over 2, which is sine 3 pi over 2. So you got a -2 again. Is that correct? I'm highly unconfident with my answer. What you get here? 7 pi over 2.
For 7 pi over 6, I got
Yeah. You need to times 3, right? You need times 3. So that's why I say 7 pi over 2.
Oh.
So 3 pi over 2. 2 times 3 pi over 2. Yeah. Okay, I think it's still negative 2. So what is 3 pi over 2? Pi over 2, what is y? Okay, let me just write down and then you guys can figure out the numbers for me. What is x equal to? Okay, I think I figured out quite a few values of it already. So let's draw it on the rectangular coordinates. So when x is 0, y is 0. When x is pi over 6, y is already 2. When x is 3 pi over 6, y is 0 again. So when x is pi over 2, you reach negative 2 again. So when x is, oh, I missed a few values. Do you guys see between pi over 2 and pi, I missed those 3 values? Okay, so what is the value here? So if, let's add here, x. What is x is 0 for pi. So y is 0. X is, y is what? It's 3. So I think y is 0 here. Y is 2 again. Okay, so get to here. Pi over 0, get back to the top again. And x get to pi, get to this point again. So let me just draw a complete circle. Yeah, we did this graph many times before. This is just part of the circle. There are not more values I didn't add it, but I think we finished one period. That's good enough. We already finished one period. Okay, so let's see how it looks like on the polar coordinates. So when x is 0, y 0 is positive point. When x is pi over 6, y is 2, so it's this point. So when x is 3 pi over 3, y is this point again. So when x is pi over 2, you're getting to this point again. When x is 3 pi over 2, you are going back to this point again. What? What is that? So you keep coming back to this point. When x is 5 pi over 6, y is 2. Okay, now you have a new point. Eventually you have a new point. So when x is 7 pi over 6, so you're going back to this point again. So when x is 3 pi over 2, So you are looking at this angle, and you have this point again. So when x is 2 pi, you have go back to the origin again. Ha! You guys see the trick. For all the points, we just make 4 points on the circle. Why we didn't draw complete rules with 3 petals? Because there are so many other small points we ignored. Although there looks a lot of points here, but there's still so many small points between them we ignored. That's why we only have 3 big points. Okay, so we only have 1 question left for today's class, but we reached the time already. Before you go, I need to take the attendance. So do not go right before I take the attendance. Okay, I'm done with attendance. Stay here if you have any questions. Feel free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Professor, I
Thank
did have a
you.
question.
Yes, please.
So for that last problem, could you go over again with the 3x, because that kind of threw me off. So you're just multiplying the angle by 3?
Yes, so for every x value, you plug into the, I'm sorry. So for every x value, you plug into this function to see what is 3x. So it's sine 3x, which is sine 3, 0, with sine 0. Give you this value. 2 times sine pi over 2, give you this value. Yeah. Input, output, input, output.
Okay, so then, yeah, so then that, what would pi over 2 then turn into? You just
So
multiply
if
it by
you
3.
put a pi over 2, this is 3 pi over 2, right?
Okay, okay, I get it.
This is sine 3 pi over 2, which give you 2 times -1.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, thank you so much, Professor.
you're welcome. Enjoy your day.
You as well.
Hey, Cody, is anything I can help you?
I'm just kind of stuck on the problem before this one. But are we gonna go over that on Thursday?
Are you saying this one?
No, the one right under that. It was like r equals 2 plus 2 cosine theta.
You're talking about this one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be covered on next class.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't worry about that then.
Gotcha. This is literally our last question of this semester.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank
See
you.
you on Thursday.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. Hey, James, how can I help you?
So I emailed you to ask about the project 3. It was about the degrees and minutes, but I figured out how to work with them.
Okay,
So
great.
just letting you know, I'm good to go.
Okay, good. Enjoy your day and see you on
Alright.
Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye.